Welcome everybody, yes, to yet another of our virtual happy hours here during the end of our lockdown. We hope it's the end of our lockdown. The governor hasn't given us the orders to, yes, you can go free like in Wisconsin, but hey, you know, we could be getting close. And for this particular edition, I just wanted to say that at this time in Chicago, it would have been beer under glass. So we're all going to be drinking our beer with our glasses over our head, and I have a very special glass that I'm going to drink, and I've got some really special beers. So there we go. We'll go to Mr. Ken, because Mr. Ken down there, Mr. Ken McMullen, welcome. How are you? Got jazz?
Yeah, always.
What are you drinking, Ken?
Well, first of all, beer under glass, they moved to Friday night, so it would actually be, we're recording this on Thursday, so it would be tomorrow. In the past, it's been on Thursday, but they were moving it to Friday.
Good, because I wasn't going to put this out till Friday or Saturday anyway, so
I guess
we're in sync, man.
Yeah. Well, Phil, you know what I'm drinking. You ran up and got this for me. I ordered it online, and you picked it up, but it's, where does it say? Right there?
Yeah.
I'm finally drinking a beer from the brewery that we're talking to.
Absolutely, and that is a Raging Monk, which, what is it?
Strong dark Belgian dark.
Ooh, and what sort of percentage is that?
I believe it says 10.0 on the side. It's delicious, man.
So you've got a full crowler of that, and you're not planning on doing anything else for the rest of the afternoon, right?
I'm gonna put the rest in the fridge and finish it tonight.
Okay.
you can tell it's still daytime out here. It's I don't need 32 ounces of 10% right now.
All right. Well, good man. Jay, how are you? It looks like you have a different background. Are you taking up quilting?
No, not yet, but maybe someday, because that quilt is beautiful, but not as cool as that sign.
So, Jay, what are you drinking?
Well, I would have loved to have had some hopped, but the last couple of days have been a little busy for me. I had to move and take care of some personal stuff, but all is well. I ran down to Trader Joe's and got some of their Belgian-style golden ale, which is brewed actually at Unibrow in Canada, but it is pretty darn tasty.
I have always found that Unibrow produces great beers, and I've always found that Trader Joe's in their large bottle with the cork and carriage have been really well, good beers and well priced.
Yeah.
So welcome again, Jay. We haven't done one of these for a while. We're getting a bit rusty, but I will now bring in our two wonderful guests, the always lovely Katie Hofmann, who is the So Hopped taproom manager, and next to her is Doug Vander Walker. Did I get that right? Doug Vander Walker, who is, who is their brewer. Welcome, guys, to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We are
It's
very,
nice to
very
see your
pleased.
faces.
Yeah, we're very pleased to see you because we wanted to get a little bit further away from Chicago, and we're a little bit further north, and you're up in Huntley, right?
Super close to Wisconsin.
Yeah, close to Wisconsin. Okay. Well, I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here and crown my glass here. This is my glass that my wife gave me a long time ago. It's like a Viking horn. And I have here one of your crowlers as well. It's Stitchin' Pine. So what exactly is Stitchin' Pine? Because, Doug, I'm hoping it's a piney IPA.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be real good at this.
What it is. It's a piney IPA. It's smooth, mellow. A lot of people really like that one. Somewhat seasonal, I guess.
We kind of wanted to do it as like a end of winter, IPA. So it honestly, it's looks like a red IPA. I've actually gotten a lot of people that like our amber, who aren't super into IPAs. It's like a nice kind of gateway for them.
And I will compare the color to Founders Centennial, which I was drinking previously, and I really like the taste. So cheers.
Cheers.
What are they saying up there in Viking land? Skål! Yeah. It's very difficult to drink from because you have to tip it. And you're going to go,
well, now you're going to have to
over
hold
me.
that the whole time, right?
So, Jay, have you been up to So Hopped?
Yeah, actually, Katie and I slung beers together way back when for a one-nighter.
Right.
And then I stopped up there 3 or 4 months ago, or might have been less. I can't remember. So actually, I met Doug as well.
So I will post some pictures out there on in this video. But you are only doing curbside because when I came up, there was a lot of cars in line, and you are rushing backwards and forwards like you're busier than a dog with two tails.
I
Yeah,
I have been getting my steps in, as they say. It's so the first weekend that shelter in place happened in March. The first couple of days we left the tap room open, just not open but open for people to come in and grab beer to go, and at that point we were really mostly making crowlers of everything, so it was easier kind of to let people in and do it that way. But we kind of quickly realized that in order for us to kind of keep everybody safe and keep everything as clean as we wanted to, that moving to curbside was just kind of necessary for the time being. And, we're trying to take things day by day. But it took us a few weeks, and I was finally able to get online ordering system set up through Square. So, we have the website now that you can go to and order online, and then just come, show up, you put the beer right in your trunk, and it's a super, easy and quick process, or at least we try to make it super easy and quick. But we, the longer this goes on, the more we've been working towards getting our beers in actual 16-ounce cans. I know that we're certainly not the only brewery who's been kind of trying to speed through some of those processes. So that's where we're at.
I would say I'd love to have this in a 4-pack of 16 ounces.
Yeah, yeah. I know that the growlers of that 10% are a little rough sometimes. It's a sipper, yeah. So if we do another, like the Sonic, so Sonic is our double IPA that we did when we originally first opened. And Doug just brewed a fresh batch like a week or two ago. Well, it just got canned a couple 2 weeks ago. But that one's also, it's like 9.5%. That one's really hard for people to drink in the crowler too. So we're really excited to have those in 4-packs.
Another big alcohol one is this one, which I have here, which I also picked up, which is your barrel-aged Imperial Stout. And it's done with McHenry Brewing Company. Now, you guys are in McHenry County?
We are. We're like right on the border of McHenry and Kane, but we are McHenry County, yeah.
So what was the story of that one then, Doug?
Well, we decided just to get together with Bob Masters. He's the brewer up at McHenry, and do something. We figured, we'll get together and buy some barrels and see what we come up with. So we brewed it here at So Hopped. It's Imperial Oatmeal Stout that we started with. I used a little oatmeal, not a lot, just to give it some creaminess and little better mouthfeel. And we put it in some Heaven Hill barrels, and it sat for a year. And we had planned to take it out for our 1-year anniversary, and that kind of happened, I guess. It was about we released it maybe a week after our anniversary.
So our 1-year anniversary was April 26th. We had planned on doing a party on May 30th, just because last year when we opened, it snowed. We wanted some better weather. We were planning on having a big, doing a tent in the parking lot and a big bash, and we were going to do that bottle release and have it on draft and yada yada. Best laid plans. So we decided that we wanted to pull it and get it in bottles. so that we could at least try to
Yeah.
celebrate the only way that we can right now, which is with more beer.
Well, I don't know what it's going to taste like because I'm not going to open it for a while. I like to hang on to these. Maybe I'll wait till you do have your anniversary.
Yeah.
And then we'll open it then.
2 year.
Well,
for the 2 year anniversary.
When we can do these big things again, maybe make it like a 1.8 year anniversary or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll just do the second one right after.
Yeah, right.
It'll be fine.
I've been up to your place. I was up there when another local place opened. Cruised down the street and stopped in and talked to you guys.
Oh.
But I've been there long before that. I used to brew at Limestone Brewing, and we had an electric boiler that we needed to run electric line to, like 100 feet of, I don't remember what gauge it is, but we actually found it in the building that you're in. Somebody had some spare, and so we were in there. God, that was like 2009, 2008.
So for people who don't know, when you come up to So Hot, and it's fairly easy to find because it's on 47, just north of 90. But when you come up there, you see this enormous great chimney, and you say, why is it called So Hot, spelled S-E-W? And then you see Union Special on the side. What's the story of you guys?
I've only been working here for 35 years. So.
What?
Yeah, so it's we're an industrial sewing machine company, and I started home brewing, and then I started giving the beer to the owners, and then they liked it and said, hey, we got some room up front. Let's start a brewery. I said, all right. At first I said, you're full of it, but you're not going to. So about 2 years later, it opened up.
That is one of the most unique stories in the brewery industry, in my opinion, on how you guys got started. It just fascinates me that y'all worked together at a sewing machine company and opened a brewery. It is just awesome.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's really cool.
But I think I'm correct in saying, because we did come up to you and do a podcast, and if I remember rightly, I'm not that getting old and can't remember, but it's not like real sewing machine. Well, it's a real sewing machine, but it's an industrial sewing machine, right?
Industrial sewing equipment.
Yeah, right. So like half of the equipment back there is like bigger than me. Like it's not, they're not making like your grandma's Singer sewing machine. It's larger scale equipment.
It's mainly right now it's for packaging. So like you see your dog food bags, they're sewn shut. Our machines do that. Flour, kitty litter bags,
barley.
All bags are sewn. Rice. When you get your rice hulls in, or your grain from Northwestern malt, you'll see it's sewn shut.
Yeah,
it's sewn shut, and it's probably one of our sewing machines that does it.
You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Ken's got one.
Look at that. You know why I have this here? I'm going to try and make a shopping bag out of it. I mean, I'm just doing stupid projects while I'm on Corona Cake.
We just sold some equipment to Country Malt out on the West Coast, and he didn't want to send me any free grain though, for just to make sure the machine worked right.
Okay, so what we do in these shows, and I don't know whether or not this is possible. Are you connected on your laptop? Are you Wi-Fi? Can you pick it up?
I can pick it up.
Oh, good. Oh, by the way, you're just pouring. What are you drinking?
I was waiting. I'm just kidding. So normally I am drinking the John Boy Pils, which is my very favorite beer that Doug makes. But that's kind of my jam. Pilsners are my jam. Doug makes a really great one, which I'm super proud of because people think it's a super easy style to make, but it's a super easy style to that shows a lot of flaws, and I think ours is amazing. So normally I'm drinking the John Boy Pils, but We just released this beer yesterday. This is our, I don't know if the light is terrible for this, but this is our, oh yeah, no, the light's terrible for this. So this is Blueberry Bliss, is a milkshake IPA with blueberry. And it's a little vanilla, yeah. Lactose, obviously. But it's the prettiest beer. Again, the light is not great, but this is like a super, super pretty purple beer. But this is really great. It's an awesome beer to add to our lineup, and it is a limited release because we've just done this one batch. But I think we're going to turn this Bliss into a little series of fruited IPA beers.
So if I was to ask you then if you can pick up your laptop, you would say yes, correct?
I can.
Katie Hofmann and So Hot, show us your fridge, please.
Which cooler do you want to see? This is probably not a great angle.
Whichever one's cooler.
Well, color. I appreciate your pun. So this is our walk, or our where our draft lines are. So right now we have tables set up for our canned beer. It's very exciting. Actually, the owners are amazing and put these tables in yesterday because I was literally just like running back and forth through the brewery to get kegs. Do you want to see like the big cooler? Is that what we want to see?
I want to see whatever you've got which has beer in it.
I have beer in like 3 coolers.
All right, we like to see
fancy
beer
right now.
See, look at this.
Like,
we're on a trip.
Here, you can see the Union Special.
Oh, look, she went down a hole. Look, she disappeared in the hole. Oh, there we go.
I know.
Oh, there you are.
Well, I wanted to show you the Union Special. The building is so, thank you. The building is so pretty.
It is.
And
beautiful.
like all the
Look at that.
All the brick and everything is original. So this is our walk-in cooler.
Oh, man.
See, completely full of kegs. And now all of these kegs are empty, and all of the beer is in cans now, thanks to Will Craft mobile canners. So we're super grateful to them for coming. They actually came earlier this week and helped us get all of the, hundreds, literally, of kegs that we had full.
Well, that was
It
really,
happened
really
super
cool.
quickly.
We enjoyed that
okay.
little trip around the brewery. So you said you had a canning group come in. Who did you use?
What's that?
Which canning group did you use?
So Midwest Mobile, and then just this past week we used Will Craft for the first time, and they're who helped us get all those kegs transferred over to cans. So that's awesome and amazing, and it helps us out so much too, because Crowler, we have an October Crowler machine that's been working overtime since the shutdown happened. But as I'm sure anybody else in the brewing industry knows, if you have a Crowler machine, like Crowlers have been super hard to come by, and we've run out a bunch of times, or we've borrowed. Mark over at Scorched Earth has helped us out quite a few times by getting us some extra Crowlers before we were able to can more and stuff like that. So, it's awesome that everybody has been super helpful with one another and trying to help everybody get their beer out there as much as they can, during this whole thing. So
we're real glad that you are doing okay, because as I said, when I came, there was a line of cars. That sounds like a good idea, or a good thing to me. I think you finally settled on where you're going to put your hair, because it's been back and it's been back, and that's.
I'm so awkward, you guys. I'm sorry.
We love you. Oh, look at that, Jay. Okay, do that again, Jay.
Let it all out, Jay.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, Ken, you can't do it.
Y'all, I did. I left my hair down for this. Like, I've been like top bun, mask on for weeks.
And Doug, you don't have to worry about yours. You're like me.
No,
You're just happy we got hair.
Doug doesn't have to worry about that.
Well, I tell you what, guys. I've been drinking this beer, and actually, I found out that this is kind of like one of those, yards of ale, because when you get down to the bottom, it goes a bit thin and you have to be a bit careful when it come back. Makes a nice sound when it goes back in. I like this a lot. This has even more pininess in it, I think, than Centennial. So it's a really intense finish to this beer, which I like. So thank you for making a decent beer. I'll look forward to my bottle of Imperial Stout. Thank you very much indeed for coming on. We're not going to take up any more of your time because you got to get out there and help serve those curbside people, right?
That's true. Although I think it's still raining, so like I'm good.
Okay. You want to stay inside.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jay, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Ken, cheers to you.
Cheers to you, Phil.
Doug and Katie, thank you very much. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers,
All the
guys.
best.
Thank you so much for having us on, and I hope to see you guys again soon.
You will. Cheers.